I want to bring on a Home Depot co-founder and now Donald Trump supporter Ken Langone joining us this morning. Ken, it's good to see you.
Nice to see you again.
What's your take on Donald Trump making that tweet? You've got everybody out there basically saying, look, it's too soon to tell. We don't want to connect the dots. And yet, all of these issues, whether it's a fire in the sky, suggesting an explosion, swerving in the last minutes on radar, suggest that perhaps it is terrorism. However, Donald Trump came out with this tweet this morning basically saying it looks like terrorism.
The one thing I've learned in the last year, don't guess on what the reaction of what Trump says is. We've all been wrong, especially the media.
Yeah, you're right.
Every single time. Now,
a lot of the things that he brought up are now front and center, like immigration, like trade.
You go back and look at everything he said, and people said, well, this is the end of him.
Yeah.
His numbers pop up. I think the thing we ought to focus on is the level of anger of the American people. And you know something interesting? This is not a current phenomenon. Ross Perot, I had the distinction of being his finance chair 24 years ago.
Ross Perot.
Yeah. Best job I ever had. Ross, we need more money. Yeah. Hang up the phone. It was almost no begging, no fundraisers. It was fab. It was heaven. No, it was heaven. No, it was. And he would have been one hell of a president, by the way. That's the tragedy of Ross Perot not winning.
So what's the comparison, Ken?
The comparison is the American people are again saying, we're sick and tired of what's going on.
But don't you think he's a genius in terms of marketing? I mean, Donald Trump knows that terrorism is something that he's going to be strong on, that the public reacts to. So when he sees it and then tees this up as terrorism, we got to be tougher, we got to get rid of the haters, it's just his message continuing through using this as kind of a bootstrap.
Well, let me tell you about Donald. If he's not a billionaire, he's going to be a billionaire after this election. Let me explain why. He is building a very powerful brand.
Always has.
And when he comes to his senses and goes to Terry Lundgren at Macy's and said, Terry, I'd like you to sell neckties and pants and shoes, you name it. There's a lot of believers out there. Remember the pet rocks? There was a rock in a box.
I still have one.
People went nuts and bought the goddamn thing. No, remember?
I still have one.
You have your pet rock?
You're talking about from the 70s,
I talk to my pet rock every night before I go to sleep.
Hilarious.
But seriously.
That was brilliant marketing.
But we're talking about the leader of the free world. I hate to be the one that brings this up. And when you're talking about an incident like this, if you're the leader of the free world, you can't leap to, you know, on social media, it's not appropriate. You've got to, I know a lot of people out there going, but you've got to be strong against terrorism. We don't know that it's terrorism.
You were in CIA. I was in law enforcement for 30 years.
Yeah.
Do not prejudge. But the man is running for president. Well, yeah. He knows what it takes to get people wound up.
Help me out.
I know, but then you got to sit in the Oval Office and you got to do the job.
Stop this nonsense, leader. Stop this nonsense, leader of the free world.
Yeah.
We need a president in America that's going to address serious issues.
I don't disagree with that.
Well, let me tell you, as a conservative, income inequality, we better fix that. Generational theft. What the hell? I just got my Social Security check the other day. $2,700.
You got a Social Security check?
Isn't that a disgrace? No. Isn't that a disgrace?
I'm shocked.
So you're giving it away. You're getting the Social Security check
every
and giving it away.
Every month.
Who do you give it to?
I give it to a charity that works with challenged kids that work at Home Depot.
That's
okay?
Great. Oh, that's great.
Okay, well, and my wife gives hers to the Boys Club in New York. But the point I'm making is, come on.
Yeah.
We've got serious. Let's stop this. The leader of the free world.
But Ken, Donald Trump
unless you're going to change your position.
He has a right to say that may be terrorism.
Yeah. Well, no, he's not saying that might be terrorism. It looks like terrorism. What I'm saying is,
it looks like terrorism.
From an investigative point of view, you've got to look at everything. You don't rule it out. You don't rule this out. You don't rule that out. All I'm saying is that, yes, I understand. Of course, we've got serious problems here at home, but we've got serious problems overseas. And unless you're willing to cede that and say all I'm doing is focusing on here at home, we got more crises overseas right now than we've had in a long time.
That's why he's trying to protect the border.
Help me out.
That's the issue.
Help me out. Our president's first responsibility is to the American people.
Absolutely.
Our safety, our well-being, our lives.
And in a shrinking globe, that means that you've got to deal with what's going on around that globe.
I don't disagree with you one bit. That said, Charity begins at home.
Absolutely.
Trump is making some very good points.
Yeah.
Why isn't Germany, who gets something by our troops in Germany, why isn't Saudi, all these countries,
taking care of?
I'll tell you what, let's take our kids home. Let them pay something.
Yeah.
And by the way, here's an example. This euphemistic wall, we don't need a wall. We can do the same. I fly a plane back from Europe. The minute we get into U.S. territory, my direct TV goes on just like that. We have the technology to put towers up every 200 miles on the border and have sensors and put a helicopter every 500 miles, and you see somebody coming across.
That's right.
All right.
Yeah.
Technically,
See, you know what? Donald Trump was very smart to initially go to borders and immigration, because the fact is, you know, immigration and border security is probably central to any economy during any election. Who gets to work in this country? Who gets to live in this country? Who gets to participate in this democracy?
Did you see Bill Clinton's clip when he was president about what he was going to do with illegal immigrants?
Yes.
And closing the border? Look. Why do you have borders?
Yeah.
No,
why do we have the TSA that we're spending billions of dollars on, and they don't get the job done? You can see the mess we had last week.
Well, it's government
because
waste,
we want to
and
make
that's
sure.
what he's talking about. All the waste, the redundancy, and the fact that these people are not doing their job.
Right.
But the point is, we do that because we want to protect ourselves from bad people coming in.
As a
Before you
sovereign
go,
nation.
Ken, I know what do you want to see as the first policy out of Donald Trump? You're a Donald Trump supporter now, and I know you were backing some.
Oh, I've been on a losing streak, okay?
Yeah.
Going all the way back to George Bush. And
Exactly.
My last winner, as Ira Harris says, was Franklin D. Roosevelt's third term. I haven't had a winner
So
since.
what's the #1 policy you'd like to see implemented year one Donald Trump presidency? If that's
Entitlement reform.
Entitlement reform is your #1 issue.
71%.
And have you told this to him? Because he doesn't want to change entitlements right now.
I haven't told Donald anything. Maybe he hasn't said he won't do it. You asked me what I would like to see done. The biggest challenge we have as Americans is figuring out how to live within our means. We cannot afford a budget that's 71% entitlements and say we can't touch entitlements, but we're going to fix the budget.
All right, we will leave it there. Ken Langone, founder, chairman, Invamed, former co-founder of Home Depot. Good to see you, sir.
Nice seeing you. Nice seeing you all. Have a great day. Okay.
Ken Langone.